Evening all, I hope you're all... Oh, sound like a policeman then. Evening all, I hope you're all well and you're having a lovely weekend and Saturday. Maybe a few tea and coffees down, maybe a couple of G&Ts, maybe a little wine. Who knows? 6 o'clock? We're on our third. Anyway, it's lovely to have your company, and it's the launch, of course, of a brand new one-day special. And if you are a big fan of Moda and you're into your fabrics, then you are going to love what is on offer. To share the show and to launch your one-day special, we have got all the way from Brighton today, driving up, and the traffic had to divert her direction here. But for you, she's made the journey. It's Jenny, everybody, over there. Are you okay?
I'm fine, thank you.
How was your journey?
It was all right, but I just had to go the other way round because the M11 northbound was closed. So I had to go the other way round the 25, and I got a bit confused.
Oh.
I made it.
Oh, you're here.
I'm here.
That's the main thing, which is good. Which is the main thing. You're here, you're safe, you're sound. That's all marvellous. Right, we're gonna. I think we're just gonna check your microphone and make sure it's all switched on.
Okay.
We're going to go through that. And if you didn't hear anything, she had a diversion to get here, but she's here now and she's safe and sound. All for your one-day special. Now, we're going to be working with Jenny throughout this hour because we've got some fantastic designs she's bringing to you as well. We're going to go through those for your demonstration. But let's just talk about your one-day special to start with. Now, if you are a big fan of Moda, of course, and that is the brand name that everybody absolutely always puts to top quality with your fabrics. And if you are doing lots of projects where you're going to need your fabrics, and this is a perfect bundle for you. Now, behind me, we have got a lovely collection, basically. I feel like a weatherman. We've got a lovely collection up here in the north with all these wonderful Moda fabrics that you're going to have. Now, you're going to get the chance to have, within this, 2 of your scrap bags that you will find with all those beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous Moda fabrics that are in there. Now, I think, what's the total weight, did we say? £half in each bag. £half in each bag. These are the actual scrap bags up here that will be, both of those will be chocker-block with all of your wonderful fabrics from Moda. Also down here, you're also going to get your 2 Aurifil threads. Now, the contents on the threads will vary. The contents on the Moda fabrics will vary. Now, that is what we like to think of as a lucky dip. Now, if you are looking as an opportunist, you never quite know what you're going to get. But let me just say, whatever you get, it will all be the high quality that you expect from Moda. That's really important to remember, of course. So each one of those, for any of your fabrics, you know, if you've used your scraps in the past, you put them to one side, you always find room for them in a project. What a great way to know that you have got those Moda quality fabrics. 2 scrap bags full, plus you've got the Aurifil threads, again, that your contents and those colours will vary. Now, these will be dispatched for you from the 23rd of November that we're looking at there. Usual price is £47. It's down to £41.88. Don't forget that is 2 bags and 2 reels for that. It is available on your Flexi buy, okay, so just 2 payments of £20.94. It is the launch of your one-day special, so do grab it whilst we have stock. Your item code that you'll need is 545410, but those will be full. You don't just get those bags. It's not just those empty bags, by the way. They will be actually full, and like Blue Peter Starley, here is one that was packed earlier for you. So they will be chocker. I love we talk about all of that. Will be there, 2 of those and 2 of those reels as well to work with, to carry on doing all of your fantastic fabric projects, which is brilliant. Now, we've also got some other options for you available. That is your one-day special. If you want an extra bag, then, of course, we can give you the chance to just have 1 of those full of, again, all of your beautiful Moda. So, again, some other examples of the lovely fabrics you're going to be looking at from Moda. This one is 738290. Now, for 1 of those bags, it's working out £14.99. Again, for your Moda scrap bag, you will find that your contents will vary. But I think that's half the fun of it, isn't it? But I'm sure you've got projects that you will find home for, knowing that they are all of the great name, of course, of Moda. 738290, all absolutely chocker. Now, another great name, of course, is William Morris. Now, we have got a lovely selection. Again, you're going to promise you 10 strips, 10 pieces that you're looking at here. These are 9 by 22 inch. Now, again, you are going to get that quality, of course, of William Morris, but The contents will vary again from those ones. Now, this is £17.99, 307-521. I didn't know whether it's very quickly just worth having a quick chat with Jenny regarding this one. We talk about William Morris and also Moda as well. But William Morris, that name, when we come to fabrics, these are synonymous with quality, aren't they?
Yeah, they're gorgeous. Those, I've done some projects with those ones in particular on the chair, and the quality is amazing.
Really?
They're such a nice thickness, and a lot of them have got metallic running through them, haven't they?
Yeah, I got the one here has got that sort of beautiful gold that's coming through as well.
They're gorgeous. I loved them.
Really, really lovely. Beautiful, these, actually. 10 by sort of 9 by 22 inch. Again, what was that? What's the stock update? OK, wow. A quarter of the stock of the William Morris has already been allocated on that one. So, just as Jenny was talking about, they are beautiful fabrics to work with. You do have on some of those, you've got those beautiful metallic threads that will run throughout. They're very rich, very deluxe when it comes to your fabric. And I'm sure, again, lovely to work on any of your projects. But please bear in mind, a quarter of the stock has already gone on these. 307-521, £17.99. Right, we've also got just a couple other items that are worth pointing out to you as well. If you'd like to take advantage of all of these, then please do so. But they are phenomenal offers and brilliant price points. They're not going to be hanging around for these ones. Or it's flying out. Half the stock has now actually gone. So it is going to disappear very, very soon. So please don't hang around. If you're remotely interested, make sure these are in your basket and not somebody else's. 307-521-1799 for the William Morris with those beautiful metallics that can run through. Contents may vary, but half the stock has already gone, of course. So, wow, wow, wow. Now, staying with our fabrics, of course, we've got a lovely pick and mix. We always love a good pick and mix. And we've got a pick and mix for you here that you can see. These are the beautiful Moda. These are the Bella Solids. So, again, if you're looking at any of these are half-metre fabrics that you're finding. Pick any two that you want. Really good price on these, actually. It's got £4 saving. So it's just £9.99. For these these are the solids, obviously, Jenny. Again, for people, you know, where are we going to be looking at using these in projects?
In the background,
right.
Inside as linings of stuff. Especially these ones are nice when you're going to see the lining and things.
Ah, right.
Because they're really nice quality, and those colours in particular, they just go with everything.
Yeah, yeah.
They're really, really nice colours that just blend with a lot, especially the Moda fabric.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They go great with them.
So again, if these are sort of inside of the linings, anything you're going to have on the outside that's got a nice pattern is going to make that pop even more with it.
On my quilt, I use these, the quilt that I'll be showing you at some point over the next 2 days. I use that as the main backgrounds of the actual quilts, mixed up with some of the scrap bags.
We'll definitely have a little look. We'll have a little look at the piece that you've produced as well for that and show that one. When I can work out how to... I'm going to try and hold it out, but it's already there for it's lovely. Right, now, your colours available on these ones. They're all there on the website to go through again. So go through on your websites, on all the W's.hochanda.com, and you'll find you've got driftwood, you've got your smoke there, peacoat, you've got dovetail, you've got latte as well. Choose any two of those that you want to. Pop those into your basket. £9.99 we are looking at for those. So a phenomenal, phenomenal deal. Brilliant. Now, breaking news. 8 minutes and 30 seconds into it, William Morris has sold out already. That was honestly faster than my fringe disappearing. That was quick. That really was. So the William Morris has all gone, but please, please, please don't lose heart. We've got plenty more, of course, wonderful items for you on the show, and of course our one-day special with your fabulous Moda materials. If you are just looking in on us, by the way, don't forget that your one-day special is you're going to get 2 of your scrap bags, absolutely chock full, plus you're also going to get 2 of your spools as well there. Your contents will vary in the fabrics and also in the threads for you. 545410 is your item code here. It's available on your easy payments. 2 payments, just £20.94. Brand new, the launch of our new one-day special. Wow, wow, wow. Right then. I think we're good to go.
Yeah.
We're up to everything. And now I know you've been really busy working on new designs and projects that you've got for us. And you've pretty much got sort of a new project, new design for every one of the hours of the one-day special to share with us.
Yeah, 4 new projects and one that's previously been a kit but now is available just as the pattern.
Oh, okay.
And it comes with the paper pieces as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Great. Well, we'll make sure that everyone is well aware of those. What are we going to start off with?
We are going to start off doing the Hexy Pen Roll. You confuse me now with the name of it.
Well, the Hexy
From
Pen...
earlier, you were like, what do we call it?
Yeah.
So the inside is has got loads of little elasticated loops so you can pop your pens in, and I decided to do little pockets here as well, so that if you didn't want to put just pens in, you could put your rubbers in, or just any sewing kits, anything. It's for any craft, or even I think it's a perfect gift to make for kids. Christmas presents, just those extra stocking fillers.
Yeah, that's a
and
good
stuff
idea,
like that.
actually.
Yeah. So the inside is like this, and the outside is made up of 105 quarter-inch hexies, not quarter, 3/4-inch hexagons.
Okay.
So the front's English paper pieced, and then it's just a case of just a roll, and it's got ribbon. You can choose whatever ribbon you want.
You've gone full on
I
glitter,
went full
gold,
on glitter
love
gold,
it.
of course I did. I just thought it actually went quite nicely with those fabrics.
You did, yeah.
Obviously not because the shop's shut and I couldn't go anywhere
That's not
to
what
get
it was
anything.
at all.
No, not at all.
No, of course it's not. Yeah, no.
So yeah, then you just tie it in a bow and you've got your pen roll.
These are perfect, and these are perfect for anyone as well if they're going off to classes or they're, you know, going on the move quite a bit as well. Aren't they? So great for packing into a bag, nice and easy, just to get out and have them all there.
You can even fit like a small pair. I think these scissors are too big, but you can fit your medium-sized scissors that you might be taking out as well. So it's just perfect because you can, if you don't want to roll it because you've put something quite wide in, you can just fold it around. You know, it doesn't have to be, you know,
a complete sort of
like
roll-up.
a complete roll-up, yeah.
Depending on what tools people have got, thicknesses and get through.
Exactly. And this time I thought, just to show, because I can't sew 105 hexies together on a show, and also didn't have time to sew them not on the show.
Wow.
So if English paper piecing isn't your thing, but you still like the idea of the product, you can just make an outer piece the same size as this inside piece. The measurements are in the pattern, and you can use your rolls, your scrap rolls, and just sew together some strips.
Nice.
And then you'll have the same size. You know, if hand sewing is not your thing, machine sew some strips together, cut it down to size, and you've got your front. Or even if you do want to make it as gifts and you don't have time to English paper piece it, you can do that, and you can do yourself a nice. You can do yourself a nice English paper piece.
No, there's options all the way through on this, which are lovely. So actually, when you think that's ideal, so when you think about the strips that we're going to be having on the Moda, now of course in here, contents may vary, so they're going to get lots of different colours, but this is a great way in there, I'm sure, like you say, you'll find elements and go, well, that colour, I can pick out a little bit of that in there. So,
the ones that I received, this was one, these fabrics were all from one roll.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So they all went nicely together, and I had so much left over. They go so fast. So all the projects I've made, apart from the big quilt that uses up quite a lot of the roll, the rolls will go so far.
Right. Oh, that's good.
Got plenty.
That's good, yeah. Plenty for the stash.
Exactly.
And Moda itself, just on that, you know, we sort of talk about the quality from those as well, you know, but is it just because of the actual print of the fabric, the look of it, the brightness of the colour, the quality of the cotton? What is it about that? Because everyone's heard of Moda.
Everything.
Yeah,
the quality, and also obviously the designers that they have working for them are amazing. They produce the most gorgeous prints.
Yeah, yeah.
But the quality, the weave of the fabric so tight, it's just perfect. It's not going to go out of shape. It's just perfect for projects as well. Yeah, I love it.
Loving that. Well, 10% of the one-day special has already now been allocated, by the way. We're only 13 minutes into it. Of course, we've got our live show now, another live show with Jenny and myself at 8 o'clock as well. Then again, back on tomorrow. Jenny's back on again from 8, taking you through as well. So is it 8 or 9 tomorrow?
It's
8 to 8, isn't it? Yeah. Tomorrow, right the way through until final call. So the stock is already 10% down on that one. So if you're watching this evening with us, take advantage and get those in there, of course. Now, if you are looking for the pattern, of course, that Jenny is going to be working with for you, then you can do the scrappy Hexy Pen Roll. There it is. And you've got the pattern there if you would like to go for that one. So this is your beautiful scrappy Hexy Pen Roll. The pattern, this is 110 paper pieces, but you've already heard different options how you might want to put that together from Jenny as well. So you're going to be getting 110 for those paper pieces to work all of that for you. And they will all come. Will they come in a stripy bag?
They will come in a stripy bag. I won't use plastic in my packaging.
Great, it's
so
fantastic.
You get a sweetie bag.
See, I feel like I want to pick a mix now as well. Well, that's lovely. But the contents aren't edible. So, you know. 276 438. Perfect. Right, let's, without any further ado then, where do we start?
I'll quickly show you how to just sew 2 hexagons together in case you've never done paper piecing before. But then I'll move on to how to construct the pen roll.
Great,
bag.
lovely.
It's just I didn't want to just skip the hexagons. So I'm going to do it quicker. So because they're nice and small, what you can use, if you don't feel confident guessing 1/4 of an inch round your hexie, just draw a line 1/4 of an inch away from the card and then cut out that line. So I'm just going to save time, just cut. Yeah.
Trim away.
Trim away.
But you see, the 110, like you say, to cut down things like that, this is perfect. You know, just sit, relax.
Oh, everybody who knows me knows that I can't sit watching TV without English paper piecing.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I have to do it. So you're just going to use a little bit of glue. You can thread baste the hexagons. Just a tiny bit of glue and go round each corner, each side of the shape. And fold the fabric over all the way around. Using the pen creates a really nice tight shape.
Yep.
And because they're smaller hexagons than usual, it's less fiddly gluing than thread basting.
We want simple, that's nice.
So there's one. I'm going to do another one so then I can show you quickly how to sew 2 together.
Right.
You'll see lots of English paper piecing over the next couple of days.
Well, that's good. I know
you've got... 4 out of the 5 patterns are English paper piecing.
You've watched a lot of TV then, I take it then, if you're doing a lot.
I have been watching many a series.
Oh, that's good, you see. A nice box set. You get your fabrics, you get your paper piecing going and...
sofa sewing.
Bit of sofa sewing, yeah.
That's the way forward.
Well, it's getting to those evenings where it's perfect for it now, isn't it? You know, a little bit darker, a little bit colder out there. They keep
a little bit colder.
Oh, wait, actually, yeah, freezing. Freezing.
Yeah, I came out of my house the other day to the first frost, and I realised that I didn't have a scraper.
Oh no!
It's a different car. Didn't have a scraper, so I just had to sit there and wait for it to defrost inside.
You see, rookie mistake. Have you got one now? Have you learned from that one?
No.
No, I can't believe it.
So
You've got to have one.
When I wake up, I need to look out the window first, check if there's a frost, and make sure that if there is, I leave 10 minutes early.
Oh, somebody, please, a donation. Get a can of the old de-icer for Jenny, please. What are we doing?
Oh, I'm such a rookie. Right. So...
I mean, it's cold enough in the studio. I came in the other day and 2 Eskimos went past me on the way out. That's how it is in the studio. It's
true.
great.
I thought it was the evening as well, so I put a jumper on.
By the way, floor manager's going, do you want me to turn the... No, it's fine. It is fine. It's all right now. It's
Right, yeah. So I've got 2 hexagons that I've pasted. So to sew them together, you're just going to line up right sides together, one side. And you're just going to knot your cotton at the bottom and just pop it through one corner like this. You're not going to go through the card or anything. You're just going to catch a few strands of the fabric. There we go. And just do a small whip stitch all the way across. And you don't want to do them too big. I often do them bigger when I'm sewing, doing demonstrations just for timing.
Right.
But I've got some tutorials on my website which, with some up-close photos of my stitching, so it'll give you like a nice...
What's the address? Give the address.
It's www.hashtagsew.com. So hashtag is spelt.
Hashtag. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Great. And so on there you've got, like you say, some videos.
Yeah, some actual photo tutorials for English paper piecing, like literally from the minute go to the end. Yeah.
Perfect. Please, if you are just starting, because I know a lot of people are starting out with these projects now and a lockdown, people are trying different things, etc. So if you are
lockdown.
Yeah, if you are just starting out and you just need that little extra support, then of course, then please find that website there with Jenny. She'll take you through step by step. You'll be an expert before you know it, I promise you.
Or you can always drop me a message on my socials as well. I'm always happy to help out if people, just even if it's what thread to use, what needles to use, this and that and the other.
That's great.
There we go. So when you get to the end, I just did a little knot and you just cut off your cotton. But if you were going to add, if I had another hexagon here, you wouldn't have to knot it off, because you could just add it, carry on along that line.
Oh,
there.
right, okay.
Yeah. But I'm going to be doing so much over the next few days. I'll show a lot more.
Lovely.
I thought it would be fun to show the construction and some actual quilting, because I haven't quilted
Perfect.
the top.
Right, yeah, thank you, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the other version of the outside that I've done, that I showed earlier, the quick version. And then I've already pre-cut the lining. So this, let me turn this over, this blue piece would be this piece here.
Oh, right, yep.
And then this blue piece would be the pocket. So I'll show you how to do the pocket first. I have got my iron on. I've also got a very big ruler, which I'm just going to move. So for this one, we're just going to fold the fabric over. Try to make these projects quite easy and quick, because, like I said, they're good for gifts, and it's already November.
Yes, yeah.
So I thought, quick projects, even the big quilt, you could make the quilt top in a day.
The quilt in a day?
Yeah.
Could you?
The quilt top.
Oh, the quilt top, right, okay.
If you, I was just trying to put my foot down to iron then.
Would you?
I was looking for my foot pedal.
And there's no...
It's not...
It's going well.
It's got to pick it up.
Yeah. That diversion, I'll tell you what, it's played havoc,
it's
isn't it?
done me, hasn't it? I was so confused.
Jenny's driven all the way up from Brighton for us to be on the show today, of course, and tomorrow for the one-day special. And just what she needed was a diversion. You know, just when you thought, lockdown, empty roads... No,
they've closed the motorway. But I think when I looked on the map, it did look like only north was closed. So tomorrow, I should hopefully be able to go the northern way, because it's going to be dark.
Right.
And the way that it brought me in today, I did 40 miles on country lanes.
Ooh.
And I don't really fancy much doing that in the dark.
No, you don't want to do that.
Road.
And you're staying at the haunted house tonight, so you don't
Stop
want...
it! don't start that again, please.
She said, I've got to stay somewhere tonight and I'm going to be a guest there as well. And I said, oh, it's not the social... Yeah, I went, oh, that's... So, but of course we are only joking. It's just...
You better be.
I am, honestly.
So now I've folded the fabric over, I'm just going to top stitch close to the folded piece, so not the raw edges here. So I'm just going to top stitch along there. It just gives it a nice look. So quite close to the edge, and I usually use a larger stitch when I'm top stitching. And I often use, when I'm top stitching, I often use a contrasting thread.
Okay.
So, because I just think it is an extra added detail.
Jazzing it up a little bit.
Yeah. I'm just going to go straight across, possibly not that straight, because I just did that really quickly.
we were talking earlier on about drinking games, weren't we, for stitching?
I would have lost.
We were saying it's a weekend. How do you spice it up a little bit and say, well, maybe have a little drinking game for the adults, obviously, you know, always drink responsibly, but you could always have a little bit of fun with, if you go a bit wonky on your stitch line, you've got to take a little sip.
Where's the gin?
Yeah, we'll have to get you that glass.
Right, so I'm just going to place this one to the side, and now I'm going to show you how to add the elastic, which I'm not sure I have quite enough of because the shop's shut. So we're going to sew some.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, why not?
Good.
Oh, I've got my pens here. Where's me? I tried to tidy everything so it looked neater, and now I can't find anything. So you're just going to measure 4 inches down from the top of your inside piece, which is this piece here.
Okay, right, yep.
Yeah, so you can either draw a line or just do the odd dot. This just helps you as you're sewing along not to go wonky, so...
Always handy.
Always handy. I mean, what's the chance I'll still go wonky
As if.
today?
As if.
Right, so I'm just going to line your elastic up from the left-hand side, and you're just going to sew, attach it, but just less than 1/4 inch, so a scant 1/4 inch. And you're just going to make sure every time you sew this that you back stitch, or if you've got a staying stitch on your machine, press that, just because you don't want it to come undone. So I'm just going to sew close to the edge.
Right.
I'm not, because my needles come unthreaded.
Oh, well, Do you want a second to rethread that? Because I've got some other information just to sort of give. Would that be all right? That's okay. Well, we'll come straight back to Jenny once. She's just going to redo on the needle there as well. But just wanted to draw your attention to these, which are proving really, really popular. Actually, you spotted before we even mentioned them. Now these are the mini. These are beautiful little mini charm packs. Actually, these one you're going to be getting 42 squares. Each one of those 2.5-inch squares, and these are the beautiful North Pole. These are all actually designed by Stacey Lest, and these are absolutely fabulous, really beautiful actually. Can I just do one of the little packs? Is that okay? Because you are getting 4, as I say, but you've got your little, I say carefully undone. I've just ripped that bit. Didn't see that. But you have got your Santas. You've got your lovely little Christmas trees that will work through on here. We've got a little Santa with the red or the pink background that works with them. You've got the red with the Christmas trees that are working. I'll show you a couple more there. We've got that lovely upside down. There we go. Australian snow scene. There you go, mate. Then we've got the little alpine design. Snowmen and hats. You can't go wrong with the green, and you've got the light white of the snowballs as well. Santa with the green background again. I'll tell you what, these weren't put in one direction. And we've also got, there we go, snowmen again with our little snowballs and our Santa as well. So 42 of your 2.5-inch squares. Now they are proving really, really popular. $13.99, 281-666.
You're looking at me for that.
That's not your room number, is it, tonight? 13... Halloween was over. 281-666, £13.99. They're going very quickly indeed. Right.
Those little charm packs are perfect for English paper piecing, because before you do hexagons, you usually cut a 2.5-inch square if you're using 1-inch hexagons. They're perfect for that, or they're perfect for if you want to whip up some quick basic square patchwork. They're already pre-cut, so you don't have to do anything.
But yeah, that's true. But they're really lovely. They're lovely and fun and bright, those colours, aren't they? They're really, really good.
Christmas fabric.
Yeah, you can't. Half the stock has already gone. Wow, 281-666. Right, sorry about that then. That's it. Are we updated?
Fine. I'm all threaded, yep. So I'm just going to sew a scant 1/4 inch, because this particular stitch is going to be sewn in your binding, so you're not going to see it. So it's a nice way just to attach that, attach the elastic on.
Right.
Before you start making the loops. Then I decided to start the first loop. It says in the pattern, you just keep your elastic flat for the first inch. So I'm just going to estimate an inch here. Don't have time to be...
too precise.
Yeah, don't have time to be measuring on TV. We want to get loads done.
Yeah.
So you're just going to stitch, and here, if you haven't got a staying stitch, just back stitch and then go back down, just because you don't want your threads coming undone here at all. Right. Right, so now you're just going to make a loop. So my suggestion is I can't talk this evening. It's that game that we played earlier. Suggested that you choose if you're going to use certain pens or pencils. Yeah. But when you make the loop, before you stick it, just pop your pen in to check it's the right size. Because, you know, everything, if it's going to be pencils, the loops might want to be smaller than if you're using pens. So, depending on how big you want them, you can just obviously lift it up or lift it down. I've suggested, I think, you sew about 1/2 inch each line. Right. So I'm just going to hold this. I'm holding it with my finger, and I'm just going to flatten it there, and then just sew down 1/4 inch after, sorry, 1/2 inch after the last line that I sewed. Got you. Yeah. I suppose with this as well, I mean, if you mentioned great for presents and making things like that. So if you know that people have got things like, if you want to put your scissors in this or you make it to measure, you can actually make this as variable as you need to make them for every
really
loop
bespoke.
can be a different size. Yeah. So if you wanted to put scissors in and you knew they were larger, instead of sewing every 1/2 inch, you could leave it 1 inch, do your loop like this, and then sew there. Or even chunky highlighter pens. You know those big, thick ones? Yeah, the thick ones, so it's just a case of how far you want to loop the elastic up, and how wide your lines want to be in. Right, great. So it's totally up to you. I like
And that
really
is really nice, like you say,
flexible.
for a bespoke present. You know, if you know someone that it's a certain art craft they have, maybe it's with paints, or maybe it is again with colouring with pencils, for example, or sewing work. Really nice to be able to make those loops as well to really.
Yeah,
know
what kind of size
I know they're going to have that in it. They're going to have that in it. Yeah, really bespoke.
Definitely. And in the pattern, I think I've told you to get double the length of elastic for the size of this.
Oh, right.
So then
okay.
you will have plenty if you do want to see, because you can see I've got this much spare.
Right.
Which will be bunched up. So if you do want to do larger loops, there will be enough fabric. Because at the end of doing this one, I had a good amount, like maybe that much left over at the end.
Got you.
But I thought it's best to get more than you need, because you'll always find another use for it at some point.
That's true. That's true.
So you just literally carry on going all the way along. So I'm not going to do all of this, because I'd rather show you more things that we're going to do on this. I'll just do this. So that's okay. So following your line all the way to the end, doing your loops. When you get to the last inch, you're going to do another line here. And then again, a scant 1/4 inch from the edge, just to hold it, and then cut off your excess.
Right, perfect. Are we okay to pause there for 1 second?
We are indeed, my love.
Lovely, thank you very much indeed. So don't forget that pattern, all the details for that is available on the show as well. We'll come straight back to Jenny. We'll continue on with that project. We've got loads of lovely projects for you across all the shows of the one-day special. If you are just tuning in, you just come maybe in from your shopping you might have done, or from work, for example, wherever you've had to be, of course, then you would have missed the launch at 6 o'clock, of course, of our brand new one-day special. And if you're a big fan of Moda, then of course you're going to love this, because we have got for you a really fantastic bundle. Now, already over 20% of the stock for the one-day special has already been allocated in just under 30 minutes, and we've got plenty of live shows to go. What are you going to be getting? Well, first of all, know and also reassure yourself that you're getting the great name of Moda in all of your fabrics. Now, you see a selection basically of all the wonderful fabrics that you might possibly be getting within your collection. Now, as you heard Jenny talk about earlier on, the one great thing about Moda is because your colours that you're going to get, the designers that work with Moda to bring you the wonderful patterns, the quality that you are getting, of course, within the cottons themselves. So as an sort of underlying rule with Moda, I can promise you here that you are going to be getting quality in all sorts. Quality in the design, quality in the actual fabric themselves, quality in the colour, and of course that name that everybody knows and loves so well. What you will be getting are two of basically these. These are your scrap bags, £half a pound of materials in each one of these ones. And in your materials, you're going to be having, could be any one of these that are going to go through, because your contents will vary, but they will all be of your Moda, to give you an idea of course. So you're going to be getting two of these filled, if you can imagine what we've got up the top there, two of those bags filled with all your wonderful fabrics, plus the Oreo thread. So you're going to be getting two spools. The contents of the colours of those will vary that you are finding here, but you're going to be getting all of that as your one-day special. Now, your dispatch we are looking at here is the 23rd of November, only a couple of weeks to go with. Has got the saving on this offer for you right now, and it's available on your FlexiBuy. So just two payments of £20.94. Now, if you've always got your material stash going, you're always looking to add to it, if you always love the quality of Moda, and any time you see the Moda name come up, you want to take advantage of that deal, then this is the perfect opportunity to do so. As I said, 20% already gone in the last 30 minutes. 545410 is your item code for your one-day special. Now, if that's a bit too much, all of that, then you might want to go just for one of the single bag options, and that you can go for this one, actually. This is a brilliant offer, $14.99. Now, here, this is going to get you one of those scrap bags full of all your wonderful Moda material in there. Already a quarter of the stock has already gone here. This is 738290. Imagine that full. And again, for all of those, here's some more of those examples of the great Moda fabrics that you could have in your collection for the single bag option. So again, if you want to go for a couple of those, you can do, but they are obviously going to be beautiful. Just £14.99. 738290. 590, of course. We've had another sellout on the show already. We already had some earlier on that's gone. Now the charm packs, I think they've also left the building. $13.99 they have. They've also sold out. So congratulations if you managed to get those out of your basket. Well done. Now, if you are still looking for more of your fabrics, of course, then we've got lots and lots and lots of fabric for you with that Christmas theme that you will find on the website on hochanda.com. So if you want to have a little look there, then please feel free, and you may find something else as well for your wonderful Christmas projects. As Jenny was saying, who doesn't love your Christmas fabrics, of course. Now, we've also got for you, if you are looking for your threads, if you want to go for the Aurifil storage case, then you can go for that. It also comes with 3 mystery spools of your threads. Now, again, I say mystery because what colours you will find will vary, but you will get, as you can see here, the storage case. Now, it's got a brilliant saving of £7 off, so it's down to $35.99. As you can see, it's all perfectly made, very solid, to keep all of those in one place if you are looking to try and keep that crafts room, your sewing room neat and tidy, rather than these all over. I mean, that's a trip hazard on the floor. You don't want that. Put them away nice and safe. $35.99, 585 705, and you're getting 3 of those spools in there again. As I say, though, the contents may vary on the colours that you will be getting. Right, I think that brings you up to date with the stock update, of course. So we're back over to Jenny to continue on with our fantastic scrappy Hexy Pen Roll.
Righty-ho. So I've just pinned the remaining of the elastic down so it doesn't get in my way. So what we're going to do is going to take the pocket that we made earlier. You're going to line up the raw edges with the bottom of the inside. So you might just want to pin this in place. Pop a few pins.
So this, again, if we're making the pockets, we can make it to suit whatever the project is, if you want slightly larger or thinner.
Completely. So all you're going to do to start with is you're going to just sew the 2 end sides down here, just a scant 1/4 inch again, because it's going to be hidden in the binding, this stitching. So I'm just going to lower my stitches. So you don't need to do this. Make sure it's basically within 1/4 inch.
Right.
So that it doesn't show once you've sewn it all together. Oh. Pressing the wrong pedals now. Right, so just gonna sew the other side close to the edge as well.
So are you finding that are you making a lot of presents already for Christmas? Or you say we're into
No
November?
one's getting homemade presents this year for Christmas,
they not?
purely because I don't have time.
Wow, yeah.
Well, I'm sad though, because I love making them.
No, that's okay. That's all right.
I mean,
I've
got some samples available that might end up going.
You don't have to explain yourself. That's fine, you know.
No, usually I have a tendency to always make my mum something. I love making my mum things because I know how much she loves handmade gifts. I've still got 2 baby quilts that I was meant to make for 2 of my friends who have babies in January.
Well, okay, that's all right.
So I'm thinking first birthday presents now. I mean, there's no point in giving it to them to say congratulations now. I think that ship sailed.
Yeah.
So maybe for their first birthday.
Oh, that's a good, You've got fine use.
This one.
Yeah, something's coming up on the show later on, possibly.
Right.
I like that.
So to make the pockets, all I say is you can do them however you want, spread out. So you could just do 2, you could do 4, you could do smaller. Just line them up with one of the stitches you've made in the elastic. So I'm using that line there, and I will just draw a line here and sew down there. This is so that that pen will go down into that pocket.
Got you.
If you're using it for longer pens.
Right, I see.
So just make sure your pockets are lined up with a line of one of the loop lines. So it's as simple. I've just drawn 2 on this one. And then all you've got to do is get your needle placed at the top of the pocket and stay stitch or back stitch because you don't want it coming off. It would come undone quite easily. You don't need to backstitch at the bottom of the pocket because that's going to be sewn in. There you go. So you just do that one again, just the next one. Just get to the pocket, top of the pocket. Stay stitch or back stitch and zoom all the way down.
Got some speed up there.
There we go. Oh, I think I'm having another drink.
It's got a bit wonky.
Has it got a bit wonky? There we go. So that is basically the inside done. Once you've sewn all your elastic on, chosen how many pockets you wanted, lined them up, sewn them in, then you can place that to one side.
Right.
So the outside, you've either got your gorgeous Hexies, which is the perfect sofa project. Yeah. And I just think they look so beautiful
really
like
nice.
that. It's really classic colours. And this was another of the scrap bags that I received. So I received random ones.
Oh, did you?
Yep, this was another one that I received. That's one. And actually, I can show you for this one that I got, this just goes to show like different ranges, because they could be. So this one came with loads of different oranges, the florals, and it also came with some wave and...
Oh, OK.
But although they're two different collections, the colour is still all...
There's something in there that you...
That it still all goes together, because the colours still all flow.
Right.
So I think they all go lovely. Look, there's mermaids on this one.
Because that's it. Some people will be looking and going, well, I'm not everybody at all, but there may be some people of the thought train sort of thinking, why would I buy something if I don't know what colour I'm going to get? But actually, you know, a lot of things, you get inspiration from once you start looking at the material, don't you?
See, these projects, all but the scrappy Hexy pouch, because that used to be a kit that I did, all of these were designed after I received the fabric.
Right.
So I received the rolls because I didn't know what size they were going to be.
No.
You know, the strips are different widths.
Yeah.
But they still go so far.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I managed to get all of these out of them with loads left over.
That is brilliant.
They go really far.
That is brilliant. The other thing I think it also sort of stops, not that it happens across the board, but sometimes we are a creature of habits, aren't we? So there are certain things you go, I only work in the sort of darker colours, for example, or I like mainly buying. I find myself, it just happens naturally.
Yeah, I love really bright, modern prints.
Right, OK, yeah.
But then I obviously I received these are more traditional prints.
Yes.
But as soon as I saw them, I thought, oh, I know what I want to do with those.
You know, yeah, lovely, lovely.
Yeah, so it is a case of when you see the fabrics, often
you'll be inspired to go with them. Go for them. You've got the single bags if you want to. The details of that are $14.99 if you want to go for the scrap bag there at 738290. Again, like we're talking about, your contents may vary, and we're going to carry on with those. But just very quickly, by the way, my producer would just like to let you know about the charm packs, actually. This will give you 42. These are your 5x5 inch squares. So if you missed out on the mini ones, but you did like the same materials that here, it is the same materials that we looked at in there, the snowmen, the Father Christmases, all of those that you're going to find in there. You've got the pines, we looked at the Santas with the white, the different colour backgrounds for them. 689387, saving of almost £8 on this one, £17.95, but perfect again with that square of 5x5 inches, one of those, 100% cotton on your charm packs as well. 689387. Just wanted to let you know about that sort. Right, you've got a can in your hand. I'm standing back.
I have got a can of 505 spray. Right, so when you've done your Hexy outer, or if you've chosen just to do strips, you just want to pop it on a piece of wadding. All these projects as well are great projects for using up your scraps of wadding.
Right.
So I give the size that you need, but obviously so long as you've got like approximately an inch around your project, you're good to go.
Right.
That's why it's always cut jagged when I do these, because I like to use every last bit up. I never throw away. Once I've made a quilt, you always end up with bits left over. Never throw them away, because I can always add them to projects like these. Right,
how big is your bag of bits, basically, for all your fabrics that you've got there? Is it growing again still?
Yeah, I mean, it's moved to my parents' house. I just don't have enough room for it all.
Really? It's one of them. It's one of them. We need more projects from you as well, that you can use them more up.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, keep you busy. Or Christmas presents. Oh, no, sorry, you're not making any.
I would love to. Right, so I'm just going to quilt this. So I'm just going to put my walking foot down. Although that didn't sound right, let me just pop that back up again. There we go. And I am just going to think of the quickest way to do this, because time's ticking. I can always add to this later, so I'm just going to do it so that we've come undone again.
Oh, it's not
I feel like maybe I haven't threaded it well, or it's not travelled right.
Do you want us to come back to you? Or?
Yeah, I'll only be a minute. But you can chat away.
Well, we'll do a very quick update, and then we'll come straight back. It's busy, it's busy, it's very busy. Now, a quarter of the stock, in fact, over a quarter of the stock of the one-day special, which is your collection of getting 2 of the scrap bags full of your beautiful Moda fabrics that are in there. Like I said, contents may vary in there, but you're also going to get the beautiful threads. Again, the colours will vary what you're going to get. This is Eurofill threads. You're going to get 2 spools of those, of course, absolute quality as you would expect to go for that one. Dodgy shelf. 545 410. Got away with it, though. Got away with it, moving away from it. Got away with it, moving away from it. 545 410, but over a quarter of the stock has already gone for them. Again, there's a lovely collection, as you heard Jenny talking about there. You know, you're inspired by what you receive and go with it. And it may just change you from working with different colours that you normally do. Maybe you are working like with lots of your bright colours normally you find, like Jenny, or maybe you like more of your sort of classic materials. You're going to get a lovely collection either way to be working for 2 full bags of that. And, of course, your spools with your threads in there. 545 410, over a quarter of the stock gone already. Right then, Jenny, how's that? Are we all set?
Right, yeah, we're all set.
Lovely, thank you for that.
I'm just going to quilt along. I'm just following a line, one of my stitching lines. So for these, you can do as much quilting or as little quilting as you want across them. We're not putting a 3rd layer. We're literally just doing it batting and lining. So I'm just going to do the outer 2 as well, because this will just help keep it in place when I go for the next stage.
Right. We've got about 10 minutes left. Hours flying by.
It's gone so quick, hasn't it?
It has. We're back together at 8.
We are. Do another pattern then, though.
Lovely, yeah.
Haven't decided which one
You're not sure
yet.
which one yet? Oh, you have to come back and make sure you join us.
Yeah.
We'll keep you in suspenders
Could
until
be
then.
1 of 4. Once this
One
one's
of 4?
done. Yeah, because we're doing the 5th one now. Got 4 more left.
They're all there. If you want to shop ahead on the web for the designs, of course, for all these fantastic designs, all created by Jenny herself, which is lovely. So plenty there to keep you busy if you are making presents for other people for Christmas.
Once you've done the quilting, do more than I've done. I've only done 3 lines because I just wanted to be quick. Just cut away your excess batting or wadding, whichever way you want to call it. I've only got a little cutting mat with me. Let's move it this way. Need my big ruler now.
You knew you bought it for a reason. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I knew it was there. Moved it out of the way because I couldn't think why.
Now we know.
Now we know. There we go. So, it's going to cut off that excess because I don't need that. Oh, I've got a bin this time. They brought me a bin the other day, like my last show, because they noticed I kept just going.
That's what they've done. They brought it in
They're
specially.
Like, oh, it's Jenny, she needs a bin. Yeah. Right, so next up is going to place your outer fabric down and your inner piece right side up, and you're just going to line those up. And now this is an optional step. You can stay stitch all around the edge, a scant 1/4 inch in, again, just to, if you don't feel confident that you can keep it in place, or you could 505 spray it down,
right,
like you would the backing of a quilt.
Oh, okay.
You know, if you don't want to stitch it.
Right.
And then the last stage is to make the binding.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got my pre-cut strips. So I've got 2 strips, but I want to make them 1 long strip. So you're going to place 1 bit. Oh, look at that. It's got a nice cut through it. Do you know what? Just going to cut through that. Might be a bit short now, but we're not going to sew it all on, are we? Right, so you're going to have 1 bit facing away from you and the other bit facing to the left. So if these were fabrics with a print, they're right side up. And then this one would be right side down on top of it.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's these. So now we're just going to sew a diagonal from this corner to this corner here, behind my hand. Which hand? This hand.
Right.
Right, so we're just going to go straight across. Oh, I've got a massive stitch length. Don't need that. Or my walking foot. So we're just going to sew an attempted straight line.
I like the word before, attempted.
All
no
the
safety
way
nets.
Through. And then, not have any thread. What is going on?
It's not liking that today, is it?
But the thread's there. This is me. Maybe
We'll
it's
lose
me
that in
bobbing.
the edit, don't worry.
Yeah?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
edit
we'll
of
lose
live TV.
that's fine, that's fine. We can make sure that's no one knew that happened.
I'm definitely having a moment this
So
evening,
you're
aren't
going
I?
to now you're going to
attempt
to stitch diagonally across.
Straight line number 2. There we go.
There we
Do you know
go.
what it was? I think my bobbin wasn't in properly.
Oh.
There we go. So that triangle there, just going to cut 1/4 of an inch away from the line you've just drawn. So you've got one strip of fabric, and then we're going to take it over to the ironing board. And if you just press open your seam that you've just made, I've got stuff everywhere. And then you want to fold your binding. What would be wrong sides together if it was printed? And you're just going to fold it and press it all the way along to make your binding. So it's exactly the same as if you were making a quilt. In fact, the way you're going to attach your binding is exactly the same way as you do a quilt. Right. But you need to, let me just iron a little bit of it because I don't need to have it all done. There we go. So if you turn it round once you've attached those, you want to get your ribbon and cut a 14-inch, 2 14-inch pieces. So this is only a 12-inch ruler. So 1, 2.
Don't forget, you've got your big ruler.
I've got my big ruler, but it's all the way over there again now. I'm just thinking timing. It doesn't have to be exactly 14. I mean, you can do bigger if you want as well. You could make fabric strips if you didn't want to use ribbon. Right. You could use a nice, like, you can get all those pattern strings and stuff now.
Oh, yeah, yes.
So you could use anything you wanted. So if you, so with these ones, you're going to find the middle, measure it if you want, and just line both, one on, not actually on top of each other, one above each other, but so they can be touching. So you might just want to pin those in place. Right. Well, that was impressive, finding those pins straight away, wasn't it?
That was good, that.
That was good. Just want to pin those in place, and you can either stitch them down just close to the edge, or stitch them straight in with the binding. You might want to also pin further along. This is just so they don't flap around and get caught in your binding when you're sewing the two pieces together. There we go. This is a good old job. There we go. So these are about lined up. Make sure they're actually lined up when you're doing it, because you're not trying to rush. So you're just going to take your big old binding piece that's ironed all the way along.
All the way around.
Yep. And you're going to choose where you start. I always start at the bottom, around the middle. Everyone does binding differently. I've got a video of binding.
On the site. Great.
I tend to leave about a 10-inch end. We're just going to take it to the machine, see if I can show you a corner. And you're just going to sew 1/4 of an inch or slightly more. I'm keeping it just because I don't know how lined up this actually is. Just going to sew all the way to the end, but stop 1/4 of an inch when you get to the bottom. When you get to your 1/4 of an inch, or just more, depending, whatever your seam allowance you've used, I say 1/4 of an inch in the pattern. You're going to leave your needle down, pivot, or press it instead. Leave your needle down, pivot, and sew out to the corner. Oh, okay. Of the quilt. I've gone a bit too far down because I pressed the wrong foot. So you're going to sew diagonally to the corner, then you're going to fold your binding out, then fold it back on itself. That's how you're going to get the perfect corners. I see, yeah. And then use a quilter's clip, which I've got.
We've got just over a minute left. So
have we?
I know. It's fine.
And then you go, no, it's fine. And then you're just going to sew all the way down.
Right.
When you get to the next corner, you're going to go off at the angle, fold all the way around until you get to the bottom, leave a gap about this big to close your binding in your preferred way.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much for showing that
and
going through it. It's lovely. If you are wanting to go for this, by the way, of course, the Scrappy Hexy Pen Roll, the details are on there as well if you want to go there, and you also have all the parts there. The website, of course, will have all of those and more support again from Jenny on their website, she mentioned as well. The one-day special, just so you know, 30% of the stock has gone in this hour. Really busy hours. If you want to go for the extra scrap bag on its own, details for that are at the bottom of your screen that you can see there as well. But it has been really, really busy for the launch of the new one-day special, of course, with the great name of Moda, which is phenomenal. So, Jenny, we'll be back together at 8.
Yes, we will
forward to that,
indeed.
with a new project to share and to show as well, which would be lovely, and more inspiration for everybody as well. So I really hope that you can join us to see what other great ideas, techniques and suggestions that you might be looking to make. Great gift ideas as well for other people, all coming up from 8 o'clock with Jenny and myself. Congratulations, you got those that have already sold out on the show today. Well done. But please make sure you stay tuned for more of your Saturday evening entertainment with a